Have you ever heard of East Beach? A little neighborhood tucked in the northeastern corner of Norfolk, Virginia. You almost don't even realize that it's there. This is one of the nicest neighborhoods in the whole city, and it's on the Chesapeake Bay, some of the nicest waterfront property in the entire area. But it has some drawbacks too, so we'll talk about the great things about East Beach and the drawbacks coming up. Hey, my name is Sam Sansalone. I'm a real estate agent in the Hampton Roads area around Norfolk, Virginia Beach, and all the areas around. And I do videos every week about living, moving to, how to experience Virginia Beach and Norfolk and the areas around here. So if you have any questions and you want to learn more about Norfolk or the areas around here, please let me know. I've got my contact information in the description. My team and I can help you relocate into this area. Well, today it's all about East Beach. We'll talk about when this area was developed, what area is around here, the shopping, the school districts, just the lifestyle about East Beach, and the real estate. Will do a lot of drive-throughs in this neighborhood, and also the drawbacks, because there are some distinct drawbacks to living in East Beach we want to cover if you do plan on living or moving to this area. Well, where is East Beach in relation to the area? Well, first of all, you look on the map, you'll see, look in the northeastern corner of Norfolk. You see you're right next to Virginia Beach in Little Creek Amphibious Base. Well, right across the water from Little Creek is this little section, this little corner on the Chesapeake Bay called East Beach. It's just to the east of the rest of Ocean View. We've talked about Ocean View in different videos before, but the Ocean View is a long strip of beach that goes all the way to the northwestern side near Norfolk Navy Base. But the very top corner of Ocean View turns into what's considered East Beach. And you're within a reasonable distance of some places, but you're also pretty far from others. So for example, you're about 15 minutes away from Norfolk NOB. You're also about 15 minutes away from Little Creek Amphibious Base, which is really handy. A lot of people that are in this area do commute to those places. You're also about 25 minutes away from downtown Norfolk, which feels a little bit farther just because you're going across the city all the way down to the southwestern corner of the city. And you're also about 30 minutes away from the ocean front of Virginia Beach too. So now granted, you wouldn't have to go to the ocean front as much if you do want to hang out in East Beach, but if you do want to go down there, it's still a little bit of a drive. And the road that is closest to East Beach, that is the most commonly used one, is what's called Shore Drive, which eventually turns into Ocean View Avenue going toward the west in Norfolk. But if you keep going on Shore Drive, it will then turn you into the north part of Virginia Beach, near Chicks Beach, headed down all the way towards the northeastern corner of the city, eventually heading to the ocean front. So it's a long road and a highly commuted road, but you don't feel that you're that close to Shore Drive based on where the houses are located in East Beach. The first thing is, when was this area developed? When was it built? Well, this is not actually a very old community. Most of Norfolk, you've seen lots of the older houses if you've driven through or seen this area. But East Beach is a pretty recently built neighborhood, starting in about the mid-2000s, 2004, 5, and 6. But then over time, more homes got developed in here and built by some of the best builders in the area, in the Hampton Roads area. And this is what we consider a master plan community, which is very hard to find in Norfolk or the entire Hampton Roads area. They designed it with community in mind. Lots of oak trees lining the streets, lots of green space too. You'll see a lot of green space that encourages people to gather together. There's a rose garden in this area. But you notice a lot of these houses do have different designs. Well, what happened was the builders and the homeowners had different choices about which styles houses they wanted. There were 4 different styles that they could choose from. There was Victorian, there was what's considered colonial revival, and then shingle, and then arts and crafts. So you'll see a little bit of a mixture of a blend of different styles in this neighborhood. Those Victorian, though, are the ones that I like the best. They kind of stick out the most to me. While it's one of the most premier locations in Norfolk, it is still one of the newer communities too. But what's in this community? Let's talk about some of the amenities here. Well, there is an HOA in East Beach. There's also a condo section too that has different condo fees and pays for additional things. One of those things is the Bay Front Club, which has a swimming pool, tennis courts, a clubhouse, and a pool, which is in use by the condo association. In addition to that, you have multiple marinas on the south side of this section. East Beach Marina, Cobb's Marina, and Little Creek Marina that are all around the south side. So you can park your boat right next to your house, down the street from your house, and you can take it out into the Chesapeake Bay in the wide open waters. They really wanted to design this neighborhood to have lots of things in it for people to enjoy. You also have a social committee that they make plans for events all the time. You have regular stuff, like for instance, like a farmer's market. They have a stage pavilion that has drop down screens that can do movies, and it's one of the only places where you can drive golf carts in the neighborhood. You can actually pull up the golf cart and watch a movie in that stage pavilion. But this feel, this real calm, quiet feel in this East Beach neighborhood is really cool and unique because of like these trees that you see. Like I love, you hear me talk about trees all the time. And the kind of the community atmosphere that it brings with all this green space and an opportunity for people to gather. They've tried to do more with regards to shopping. There are some businesses in here, a dentist, financial planner, some other things. Got some good restaurants nearby too, one of which is called Surf Rider, which is in the southeastern corner of this section. And across the street there are a couple breweries, one down the road, and one is called Kova, which is literally right across the street on the road called Shore Drive, which is the primary road next to East Beach. But it's not a huge shopping center of any sort in East Beach, but you do have some options just going outside of there. You have several restaurants within real close distance. Captain Groovy's is a pretty popular one, and the Dirty Buffalo, which is nearby there too. You also have AJ Gators, another sports bar across the street too, and there's some shops there you can walk across the street. But that's one of the drawbacks, and we'll talk about that later, about the lifestyle and living in East Beach, in my opinion. And if you love my videos and love this video, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithms. It really helps my channel out a lot, and I would greatly appreciate it. Well, let's talk about the real estate in East Beach. Now, there are different styles, different types of houses, different sizes. You can get houses in here 2-3 bedrooms, anywhere from like 1,400 square feet up to like 2,000 square feet. But then you've got houses 2,500 square feet, 3,500 square feet. I mean, up to 5, 6, 7,000 square feet in spots. And off the ocean, you can get single family houses as low as like $5, $6 $100,000 on the very low end, but it goes up quickly, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000. You can get it even off the ocean. They're still going up to $1 million and plus. But on the actual ocean, they first of all, don't sell very often. But when they do, they're going to be pretty expensive, because on the ocean, you're talking closer to like $2.5 million to like $3 million or so, right on the water, which is some of the prime real estate in all of Norfolk. So it's understandable, the price range. And the houses in here are so awesome. First of all, they're built by some of the nicest and best builders in the entire area. So the construction is strong and excellent. But in addition to that, the floor plans are some of the more open, those larger ceilings and also the large rooms, open floor plans that people love right now. And so you have the older feel and older style, but also the openness that people are looking for. And that is a very uncommon combination in a lot of places in the area. But just imagine if you lived on the ocean. Imagine the views you've got. You're literally on the corner of Norfolk. You can see the entire Chesapeake Bay from your house or just walking to the beach. And you'll notice that in this neighborhood, each road has an access point to the Chesapeake Bay. So you're not too far away from the beach from wherever you are. But this is what makes this neighborhood so great. It's the access to the beach. This is like almost like a private, secluded beach away from everything, but also easy access to other parts of the city too. So it's an amazing spot. In addition, you've got the condos, and then in the corner of East Beach, there's actually a neighborhood that's not considered East Beach technically, which is Bay Point. These were built in the 90s, condos and also some single family houses that are also, you see them a little bit cheaper too. Like these condos are, you can get them in the $350 to $450 price range to start. And then of course the single family houses, you're going to talk, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 into the millions once you get on the ocean. And another benefit about being in East Beach is, while the ocean view section, if you go further west, a lot of that area is in a higher risk flood zone. The thing about East Beach is most of it is actually not, including houses almost right up close to the beach itself. So you do have a lower likelihood of flooding, even though you're right on the beach. So that's a really big benefit, and it's not easy to find. Now comment below, what are your thoughts about East Beach so far? Do you think it's a great value for the money, or do you think it stinks because it's expensive and it's not worth all this beach access? Comment below. I'm curious to hear people's feedback about this area. Now let's talk about the cons or the drawbacks to living in this section. First of all is the price. On the water, you're talking about $2+ million, and then even off the water, you can get over $1 million. But $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 is not unheard of and very, very common. So you are paying a premium for this accessibility. That's number one. Number two is, for the condos, higher fees. Just under $400 a month for the condo fees, not to mention the additional HOA fee as well. If you're not in the condo association, then you're just paying $130 a month, which is not bad compared to other HOAs. Another drawback is the shopping accessibility. Well, one of the things that East Beach tries to do is make easy access to shopping a possibility. Access to grocery stores is not as prevalent. So you're about 10 minutes away from Lidl, you're about 10 minutes away from the closest Harris Teeter, and 10 minutes away from the closest closest Kroger, which is not that bad. But when they're trying to make it so easy for you to get real quick access to things, you wish that there would be a grocery store a little bit closer, in my opinion. But the closest ones are Food Line, which I'm just not a real big fan of. I don't like Food Lines personally, and those are the easiest access grocery stores. So ideally, it would be nice for a neighborhood like this to have access to lots of things and shopping and experiences. It'd be nice to have another closer grocery store besides just Food Line. You also have a neighborhood Walmart that's pretty close too. Now another drawback is the school districts. These are lower ranked school districts in the area, and Norfolk in general is not known for its high ranked school districts. So if you do buy a house in Norfolk, in the northeastern corner where this East Beach is, check the rankings to see if this is a place where you feel comfortable with based on what type of family you have. Which is one of the reasons why, even though the prices are higher price in general for the location, they could have been even more expensive if they were in Virginia Beach, for example. And another drawback is, even though it's accessible to lots of things, it's also still tucked in the corner of Norfolk. It takes you just a little bit to get out of the neighborhood depending on where you are in there. And you can see as you go out, you're accessible to Shore Drive, which is a benefit, and you can go towards the north side of Virginia Beach and then the northwestern sides of Norfolk. But for instance, getting to downtown Virginia Beach is a little bit harder to get to easily. And of course, the oceanfront, you're not too close to the oceanfront itself. And you're also, just driving across the area to downtown Norfolk is not very close either. But the saving grace here is that Shore Drive does connect to both Norfolk and Virginia Beach, and so the actual drive might be a little bit longer, but the ease of the drive might be a little bit easier because you're not making too many turns. Now, if you have any questions about living in the East Beach or other areas in Norfolk or the areas around this whole Hampton Roads area, if you want to relocate into this area or Virginia Beach or Norfolk or the Hampton Roads area in general, please let me know. I've got my contact information in the description. My team and I can help you relocate into this area, and I'll do whatever I can to help you. I've got more videos too. You can subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next video.